All right, folks, welcome back to CCN. And I got to segue into this. This is not your mama's TV station, it's your daddy's. And Biggie is the daddy for today. So just in case you didn't get the memo, CCN is alternative live news stream media for the masses to get the truth in real time in the here and now, which they can't get from the mainstream media, and they'll never tell you and talk about the stuff we talk about here. So welcome to the paradigm shift, folks. This is where it all starts. Anyways, you're on the right path of enlightenment, and we're going to move forward and shake the shit out of the tree, for lack of a better term. Anyways, Sister Elizabeth, you and I had the pleasure of doing a call back last summer when I was talking about the oil, about the medical alternatives that the masses most are unaware of, but they're waking up to it now. And it's ironic, cannabis is really getting some really good gravitational pull across the planet now. They can't hide the shit. I've got the 121 National Institute of Health studies that I found and put over on my page over at the International International Cannabis Patients Wall. That's IPCW. Anyways, I have lots of links on there for alternatives to fixing pretty much any cancer on the planet. So we talk about liposomal C, Nigella sativa, all these different alternative medical adjuncts that big pharma really hates me talking about. So that's exactly what I want to talk about. And we talk about it over at Privatis.Me as well. I have that free tour, the 20-minute free tour. The first one talks about all the beautiful alternative medical modalities that everybody can access over at Privatis.me for free. Because I'm sick and tired of my brothers and sisters dying for the cancer lies. So I created an alternative source and links and informations. And matter of fact, last Friday, Andrea and I had the capacity to be able to go through all 3 videos in real time on the 2-hour show, because most people don't know how to click on the button to watch it. So I figure if I did it in the 2-hour video and then I streamed all 3, okay, if they stick around for the 2-hour call, they get to take the free tour through all those 3 portals. One's 20 minutes, the other 2 are 10 minutes. And then they'll have clarity on what the hell I do at my house. Because you watch those videos, it's going to blow your mind away, the shit that we're covering. And we've got the 8-week free curriculum over there to share with people on how we got here, but how to get out. We're about solutions, are we not, Elizabeth?
Hi, Peter. Yes,
Hi.
we're about solutions. About solutions.
Yep.
Coming along. We are the solution.
We all are. That's why we all got to pull together. If we don't come together, we fall apart.
That's right.
Anyways, what have you been doing over at Diamonds since I I pop in every now and then. It's been a while since you and I talked, but how's everything going over at your Diamonds link with the consciousness shift?
It's going good. It's traveling around the world. It's Diamonds with an S forever 3113, Peter. Now we're upgrading.
Beautiful.
31, RAR, the lion taking dominion, and 13, Christ consciousness, our supernatural natural selves are coming out of the work. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's time for all our light workers, and they are coming together. So I enjoy that they're on the right page for the most part. But also, being a light worker, you have the responsibility of bringing your good intent forward and manifesting a new reality. You can't just say a couple words. You got to actually take an action. You got to bring your intent forward on what you want to get done on this planet.
You said the word action. It's action time. ACTION with an exclamation point. Action. Everybody, Let's action it up. It's time. Yes.
Well, there's a lot of stuff happening across the planet. I pay attention because I'm in multiple portals, and the system. Like I say, this is what I tell people: if they don't like what's going on in the system, there's another side of this equation that nobody talks about, and you can get free and unencumbered. You can bring your birthright back home again. You can come back to the age of accountability, but most people are totally unaware that there's a private side to this whole situation. So over at Privatis.me every Thursday, I actually have calls on showing people how to what they need to do first and to get in line, through the authentication process and coming back home alive. Because if you fail to do this, it's considered abandoned property. So those people that are spouting off about lose a name, you lose a name, you're still considered abandoned property. If you bring your title home, you're getting control of the title by perfection. a security interest, and that certificate now becomes the original. See, because they always send you a copy, but when you get them authenticated, procedurally correct through the Secretary of State of the whatever state you were in, and the Secretary of State of the United States, they actually put their good faith and credit behind it through the authentication process. Then you put it on the public record, and now you've got a proof that you can prove up that you came back home alive again from the public side to the private. That's the starting point. And it's really a very simple process, actually.
Right, Peter. Glad to know what you're doing over there. Over here at Diamonds, we're continuing to learn who we really are, you know, that supernatural, natural self. And this is the last wave of just say us healing inside and knowing that who we really are. So I've been teaching some tools on helping that, like the universal prayer of the law of one.
Right.
And there's a technique that was taught to Vietnam veterans that, you know, the pharmaceutical covers up the symptoms, doesn't cure, but this really helps the Vietnam vets and everybody else with strong emotions, PST, PTS, anxiety, depression. And that eye movement is you just hold you look straight ahead, you move your eyes to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. Do you know the concept of that, Peter?
Yep.
The eyes are hooked to the biggest nerve of your body, and that helps you have full brain power. And those emotions go right away, very fast.
Well, I guess I'm going to have a problem because I lost my mind a long time ago.
Right.
It's good to lose your mind once in a while, and then you find yourself.
Absolutely. So you were a doc in the military, correct?
Yeah, my job was patching up my Marine brothers in green. I did that for 8 years. Spent time over in Japan and Okinawa and Camp Pendleton and Texas. And anyways, I went Mojave Desert of all places. 2 years in the Mojave Desert. What the hell is the Navy doing in the Mojave Desert? Really?
Tell me.
I couldn't believe it. My first duty station in the military was Mojave Desert, a place called China Lake. And by the way, it's a dry lake bed. So they really have a sense of humor about where they send you in the military.
Right.
2 years in a dry, but every now and then it would rain at the bottom of and the lake would get some water. We'd get our little, our Volkswagen bugs with the mud daubers on and go trolling and get stuck in the mud and at the bottom of China Lake. So anyways, in the military, we have no sense. So we do stuff like that to have some fun. But let's come back to this cannabis paste. Let me catch you up just a second because I don't know if have you seen that 19-minute video?
On the cannabis paste? I saw it on my Facebook. I haven't had a chance to click on it yet.
Oh, you're like the rest of the masses. God, okay.
I knew you were going to get me in trouble.
Oh, yeah, you're busted. I mean, it's a 19-minute video to be self-sufficient. It's a great video. Brother Brad put it together. He did a show with me. He was my second show, and I support what he's doing. You know, it didn't make sense to me to throw out the whole damn pound. We actually saved it. You're still got about 80 to 90% of the dense nutrition and medicine still in that pound. Even though you wash it once, it's only releasing 60 grams to make the oil. But to throw out the rest of that medicine, that whole pound has got all that 80, 90% left over. And if you chuck it out, you're literally throwing money down the drain. So I found this alternative with the paste, which is a lot easier to teach than the oil. I mean, I know how to make the oil now. I know how to make the ethanol. I know how to do all those processes, but it's not necessary for me to burn it off at a high temperature and burn off all the terpenes that the body needs with the CBDs and the THC. So this cannabis paste is incredibly effective, potent. It tastes great. It's easy to make. We made 30-month supply in 1 day.
Wow, in 1 day, 30-month supply, huh?
It actually took about an hour, but you had to put it in the oven, in the water, in the 6-ounce jars in the water, because what it does, we put it in the water, set it for about 175 degrees, and for about 10.5 hours, it will slow cook and emulsify, bringing forward all the terpenes and the CBDs and THC. It's sort of like, what do they call that? Carboxylation. So it's actually like carboxylating within the jar. And when it's done, you know, I've been on it for over 3.5 weeks. So I can attest to the potency. And I've been to, 3.5. I can tell a difference. It's working very well. Allows for great rest and sleep at night, as well as I can tell it's opening up the third eye. And the energies are up. So what's nice, it's just really simple to use. And it tastes good, and yeah, it can fix what ails you. But see that they're not. So I got people throwing stones at the paste because they've been doing the paste. There's a 10,000-year history on cannabis, and the paste has been being done for literally thousands of years, and we didn't know it. They actually put it in a clay pot, cut some pounds and put it in a clay pot, put some oil in it, and let it sit out in the sun for a few days.
Mm-hmm. So who can make this legally the way the corporate laws are right now?
Legal. I'm not a slave. I'm not a slave. Everybody waiting for a damn permission slip, and then I guess I don't give a shit about legal, sweetie. I'm not in legal land. Are you?
No, I'm sovereign. So I'm glad you.
Don't use that word. That's a shitty word, sweetie. They're going to call you a sovereign citizen, call you a belligerent, and come beating your brakes off. I never want to be a sovereign. I just want to be the man.
I'm just myself. That's what I meant. Words don't. It's the intent of the heart. Words are kind of mixed up in this world, in this corporate world they brainwashed us with. So, it's the intent of the heart. So feel the intent of my heart. If I say sovereign, if I say bullshit, I'm bullshit.
They're going to know you by your words. So I don't use words that I don't want them binding me up with. It shows my ignorance.
Yeah.
If a cop pulls you over and he asks you if you're sovereign, he's going to classify you as a sovereign citizen belligerent, and he's going to beat your brakes off. I never want a title. Now, I just want to claim the title, which I'm already working on doing. That's the birth certificate. I will be the true title holder. Nobody cuts to the front of the line in front of me once I administrate this process procedurally correct.
And with speed, we are individually. We're all like little unique snowflakes. And together we're a powerhouse. Unity. That's what's going on in the energies now. Do you agree, Peter? Groups are gathering together.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I see the alignments coming up. Anyways, this poor internet connection may be affecting our signal. Okay. Anyways, I see the alignment coming all across the planet on solutions. Like I say, well, we're going to keep talking about solutions because that's what it's all about. Had Brother Ken, do you know who Ken Roja is?
No.
I know. Yeah, I got to get you. The rest of the mass is caught up with Peter. Ken Roja deals with the radiation crap, zeolite, orgone energy, all these solutions to fix all the radiation that's poisoning the ass of the masses. Also, there's another website called the Herbal Living Pharmacy that actually has a link under DMSO that actually people can apply and protect their hypothalamus very, very inexpensively with DMSO so that cesium 137 does not absorb into your pituitary gland.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's getting nuked right now, so I'm taking proactive measures so that my body doesn't absorb the bullshit.
That's profound. Yes.
There's going to be a lot more cancer business coming up in the future, but that's all right. Hey, they'll have alternatives to fix it.
And the other thing you could add to being proactive is in your emotional and mental state is believing who you really are, knowing, coming to the knowing, the understanding. Knowing plus understanding equals wisdom. Wisdom is the action. So if you believe and have faith as you're learning and knowing and understanding who you are, all you have to do is believe, and it is. And we don't have to go about the busyness of protecting ourselves, but we're kind of like in between that right now. So both good. Yes.
Well, my belief system was skewed from many, many years of programming, so I really don't get too much stuck on beliefs. I got to be the I know. If I can't prove it, then it's another false belief system. So, but I understand you want to internalize. Like when like anybody taking the medicine, like my friend back east. Part of overcoming his disease state is knowing that onboarding, taking a proactive measure to internally, use things that actually positively fix the body. And that's part of it, but it's also part of the mind, like you're saying, because I think once you step over and say, okay, I'm doing something proactive to fix my situation, it's almost like you start healing yourself as well. Even it's almost like the placebo effect without the placebo. You know what I'm saying?
Correct, because when you believe and you do, coming from your belief is the action. So action of anything or of something. So this is why we do all these radio shows, blog talks, and everybody else to help to give knowledge and understanding. And soon we're believing, right? It's action time and everything to co-create this world into the golden age.
Yeah. Anyways, I'll tell you what, we're going to go ahead and let me just segue into this nice 19-minute video that's going to give you a break to go get a cup of coffee or something, because it's going to play in real time on the screen instead of our faces. So Brother Biggie will push that forward. Anyways, folks, there's alternative medical modalities. This is just one of them, but there's tons and tons of them. You just got to be willing to open your eyes and your ears and take a look, and don't show contempt prior to investigation. Do your homework. See if some, it's everybody's personal responsibility to find out for themselves. It's not my, that's why we're in the shit we're in, because everybody keeps listening to liars, crooks, and thieves, the white coats, who they're not taught alternative modalities. But there's some good doctors out there who are on the alternative side, but there's not a lot of them. This cancer scam, this 100-year slash, cut, and burn shit's got to go away. And so I'm going to help them out a little bit. That's why I do what I do with the alternatives to bring forward. And so, tell you what, we're going to segue right into this beautiful 19-minute video. It's all about the paste. Go figure.
I get to watch it then.
Hello and welcome to New Cure's video segment. I'm your host, Virginia, and I have with me Brad Morehouse, the founder of newcure.org. And today we're actually going to do a video on how to make cannabis paste and talk about the difference between the paste and the oil. So Brad, what is the difference between the cannabis paste and the cannabis oil?
Well, it sounds kind of funny the way I'm going to word this, but in short, you basically squeeze the cannabis to an oil. But let me back up a little bit. If we back up about 7 years ago, there's a guy named Rick Simpson who lives in Canada. And he's the one that started using Everclear. I don't have any Everclear today with me, but let's imagine this is Everclear. Basically what he does, he takes a pound of cannabis, leaves, not the bud, and he pours in 2/5 of Everclear, White Lightning, absolutely strong alcohol. And that's his method. He basically deep fries out the alcohol, and it ends up to be a mucky tar, kind of like black mucky tar. And then he takes a cheesecloth and he squeezes it out, and he ends up with about a cup of oil. Now, imagine 1 cup of oil. It's pretty potent stuff. But could you imagine if you took a pound of cannabis? Let me show you just some cannabis right here. This is probably, I don't know, probably about 4 ounces, 5 ounces ground up. Well, if I took a pound of this and I put vegetable glycerin in it, I would have about 32 months worth of supply. Versus if you did the Rick Simpson version, you'd probably have, I'd say maybe 6 months, possibly 6 months worth of oil. And so that right there is a really huge difference right there, just in the amount of what you can produce.
Okay.
One really serious problem about the Rick Simpson oil, let's call it RSO, that's the popular term for it, is that they're using the alcohol, which alcohol is a nutrient blocker, and it blocks cannabinoids. And cannabinoids is, all your 70 cannabinoids are found in cannabis. THC, CBD, and so forth. And all those cannabinoids are the magical, powerful healing components in cannabis. And the big, huge problem with using anything but like a natural base oil is that you're blocking those cannabinoids.
Okay, and so would you say that the Rick Simpson oil it doesn't work, or?
That's actually a good question. In fact, I've kind of been beat up a little bit on that because I'm so pro cannabis paste and so against RSO. But I have to say,
nothing personal.
I know exactly. But I have to say, Rick Simpson, I love the man for what he did and what he's doing. Things change. And I just want to say that his method did amazingly help people. But if you look at it, they used a pound of cannabis and they only could produce a half cup of RSO.
Oh.
So, and if we use a pound of cannabis, we can create 32 jars of this, which is 32 months of supply. So you can see right there the logic in it of how much cannabis is actually wasted when you throw away. After you squeeze it, you throw that away. Plus you're burning up all the cannabinoids by overheating it.
Right, that makes sense.
So what's amazing is back in the biblical times, or if you even want to go back to the ancient Chinese text, you will see what they did is they took 9 pounds of bud and added olive oil, frankincense, and myrrh, and they put it in a big clay pot and they stuck it out in the sun.
Is that how you make the paste?
Oh, definitely, yes.
Yeah. I was going to say, it seems like a lot of time and work.
I know. If you pan the camera out to our field out here, you'll see that we have lots of clay jars out in our yard, and people think we're crazy.
Yeah, they just wonder what you do over here.
I know, exactly. The horses love it, I'll tell you. But no, we'd love to do that method, except it's just so, like you said, time-consuming.
Right.
And so what we did is we partnered up with some laboratories in California, SC Laboratories, plug in there, and a couple other great institutions, and found out that over time and heat, that was the solution. So if you go too hot, you burn it up like Rick Simpson does. If you go really long, you do it like the ancient Chinese method or the biblical method.
Right.
So what we found out is if you do it for 10.5 hours at 180 degrees Fahrenheit, it was the perfect amount of time.
Awesome. So how was the cannabis paste thought of? Or who thought of it?
Well, we thought of it after 2900 BC.
Okay. So there's a little history.
Yeah,
okay.
we're a little bit late, but we did kind of think of it. Really what happened is back in the Bible, back in ancient Chinese text, there is a huge history of using cannabis paste, but they didn't really call it cannabis paste because it was in Hebrew. And we'd love to take credit for it, but we're not going to. We have cannabispaste.com, and that's about it. But if you look back in the Bible, if you look back in ancient Chinese texts, and you look all around in history, including the Smithsonian Museum, they even have little jars of cannabis oil. So your great-grandmother, grandfather most likely used that for their illnesses.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot of history. I never realized.
It's so much. In fact, if you go to newcure.org and there's a search bar, just type in the history of cannabis. And you will find an article that is enormously long. That has all the history of everything you can imagine. That proves that back in the 1930s, it was working, but the pharmaceutical industry basically yanked it out.
Right.
So.
Okay. So are we actually going to make some today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. Okay. Well, there's 3 different choices. You have vegetable glycerin, coconut oil, and olive oil. And the difference between the 3 is just basically flavor or texture. They all work the same. I prefer vegetable glycerin, and I'll explain why.
Okay.
Olive oil is great, especially if you have allergies and you don't want the sweetness. But the problem with olive oil is that it separates, so the dosage is not even. You'll have a separation of the oil and the cannabis, so you're constantly having to stir, and then hurry and get some and eat it.
Right.
Versus the vegetable glycerin, it's solid and it's not moving around. So let's take this out of the equation.
Okay.
And then the coconut oil, which is hard as a rock and has to be 76 degrees Fahrenheit in order to melt. So that one is a great one, but again, it's not easy to use.
Right.
So let's go ahead and use this today. So the first thing you want to do is take a ½ ounce of bud. Take a look at this.
Oh, it smells good.
Some people hate the smell, like my wife, but I know, she says, it's like, take it outside. So what we're going to do is this is a ½ ounce. Put it into your food grinder. You could use a coffee grinder, it works just as well. Let me stress something very important. You do not ever want to go over the amount of these ingredients because you will have, I'm going to find it right here, you will have a crinkle. The lid will almost blow off.
Oh.
So if you can see that in the camera, it started to crinkle. And I only put just a teeny bit extra in here. But if you use a larger mason jar, you won't have that problem. But still, you can have crinkling any size of mason jar. So just do a 1/2 ounce. Okay, so now what you want to do is we're going to take this. This is very painful to people who love marijuana. the recreational users. I am offending many people by grinding this up because in this world, there's two different worlds. You have the recreational users, which like to get stoned,
right.
And then you have the medical side, which this is gold. So let's go ahead and grind this up.
All right.
Are you ready, recreational users? It's not completely dry. It's a little bit moist. So it's very important to make sure it's very dry, but we were in a rush for this video segment, so I just grabbed this and I didn't check to see if it was dry completely.
Okay.
So, but generally it will look like this.
Very fine.
Yeah, you can, it's a real dry powder.
Yeah.
So, and so is this, but the only problem is it's a little bit fluffy. Knock it off so you don't knock it down into the counter.
You don't want to waste that.
I know, exactly, I know, exactly.
Oh my goodness, wow.
I know, if only a video could smell
I know.
this. I know, that'd be cool. Okay, so now, the next step is you take an empty mason jar, right here, and go ahead and grab your scale, which is right here. And you want to go ahead and zero it out. So if the camera could see this, I'm turning it on and I'm going to put this on top of it and it's going to zero it out, 0, with the weight of the mason jar. And then I'm just going to go ahead and use this one because it's a little bit easier to get out. And I have a spoon right back here. Just basically take till you get a 1/2 ounce. I'm at 35 right now, 30.
Oh, a little over.
Like I said, you don't want to put extra because it will
Perfect.
Crinkle the lid and leak. So there we go. We have exactly a 1/2 ounce of cannabis bud. Now let's go ahead and zero it out again.
Vegetable glycerin.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to let you do this for fun.
Oh, okay.
So go ahead and put in 2 ounces.
Well, we zeroed it out.
Correct.
After we, okay.
Yep, so go ahead and put in 2 ounces.
If I can do it, anyone can do it.
Exactly. There you go. So go ahead and squeeze a little harder. Use those muscles. No, you're good. You got to go up to 2.
Oh, see, I'm already doing it wrong.
That's good. So go up to 2.
Okay.
You're halfway right now. You're 1 ounce. Come on, use those muscles. We use a commercial 5-gallon bucket of this stuff. But this is, you can find this glycerin at Whole Foods. Keep going. You can, don't worry if you go a little bit. There you go.
Okay.
Yay.
All right.
2 ounces. Okay, so go ahead and stir that.
Okay.
And now the tricky part is you got to go slow at first because it's going to want to kind of pop out on you.
Yeah, you kind of have to go from underneath to bring it.
Yes. If this is your own jar, we have a commercial kitchen and we would not do this, but you could use your finger and smack it in there or go ahead and eat that. Seriously, eat it.
Really?
Yeah, it's very healthy. Try it.
Okay.
Okay.
It smells a little earthy. Oh, it is a little sweet with the glycerin.
Isn't it? Now, it totally tastes different than the cooked version.
Okay.
Because you've had this before, and you don't like it.
I don't. And I was hesitant when you told me to try it.
I know. So it actually tastes way better on raw, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's a lot sweeter.
You're not gagging, so that's a good sign.
No.
So, but anyways, you can eat all that. Now, because this is raw, you're not going to get high. Because in order for THC to be active, you've got to knock off the carbon. It's called decarboxylate. And so this here is actually very healthy. It has a lot of different, what you want to call it, nutrients. So yeah, if you don't have to eat that, but if you want to. All right, give me that, dude. I'll just eat this. You're so funny. Okay, so now go ahead and put the lid on. But before you do, this is very important. You got to make sure there's nothing on the top of the lid.
To seal
it. Yeah, because this ring right here, a little air can squirt out and leak. So you just take your finger like this, just wipe it like that, and put the lid on. Okay, now here is my gloves that I always use. And what I do is I use these because you can go to the store and buy those things that you take off the lid with.
Oh, right.
But it doesn't give you a grip on the bottom, the other hand. So what you do is you use these and they work really good. And you just put it hard, really, really tight. Be careful, sometimes the lid will strip. Oh. Especially if you got somebody who's just really
big guns.
Yeah, cranking on it. So you just crank on it pretty good like that. And that way it's not going to leak. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and drop that into the tank.
The tank, okay.
The tank. But let me say something. Anybody who has a regular pan, like a spaghetti pan about this tall, that's perfect. And you want to fill that pan up all the way up with water.
Okay. So why is it that you want to have the pot all the way full with water?
It helps regulate the heat, because if you have just a little bit of water, the temperature can quickly rise or drop when the burner's firing on and off, keeping it at that temperature. If you have a big pan of water, it's more stable on the temperature.
Oh, okay.
So it works well. Well, great. We'll go ahead and plop that into the tank.
All right.
And again, you can use a regular burner. A spaghetti pan would be great.
Okay.
All right, and so if you're using a regular burner, you can set it at low and use a big spaghetti pot, fill it up with water, and it will be the same thing.
So how long does this need to sit?
10.5 hours at 180 degrees. And the way that you can check it is you can use like a meat thermometer. Oh yeah. And just make sure it doesn't go over 180 and doesn't go under 170. Try to stay right about 176 for 10.5 hours. Another good instrument to use is your digital thermometer. It works really well too.
All right, thanks for stopping by and checking out our How to Make Cannabis Paste video. If you have any questions or you want to speak more with Brad, you can go to newcure.org, and we have a few resource links at the bottom of this video. Thanks for stopping by. So why is it that you want to fill the pot up completely full?
Because I'm greedy.
This is becoming like Comedy Central, the cooking show.
That's okay.
Go ahead, one spot. Sorry.
All right, and so after that's out, you just
eat it.
Okay, so we just 10.5 hours later.
That's what happens when you eat this stuff.
You go like this.
Please check those out. I need to do that again. Dang it!
You can keep saying
I did it so good.
I know. Okay.
Until I
and take two.
All right, thanks for stopping by. I am horrible. Just stop it, Brad.
Go in the bathroom or something, man. Okay, take three.
And I have with me here today the founder of Brad.
The founder of Brad.
You know, for a while I've had red flags about the RSO and their method of making the oil. It just didn't seem right. But what?
Yeah, so you can improv on that.
Okay.
I burped you. Liver number 200. One great thing about using vegetable glycerin is if you drink lots of water, you don't choke.
I am totally saving this.
Really?
All right, folks, welcome back. Hopefully you enjoyed that 19-minute little jaunt off to Grandma's house to find out how to make your medicine. It's alternative medicine. Like I say, Big Pharma, FDA, 100 years of suppression technologies. We've got the alternatives available to the masses, except they cut that knot back in the 30s with the cannabis thing. Because they knew that it would interrupt their cash flow gig, because that's all it's about with these folks. You're just a money mark, and that's the whole objective for Big Pharma, FDA, CDC. They're just lining up the masses for a profit margin. They don't fix shit. What do you think about that, Elizabeth?
Well, I think, Peter, you're into action. You did the action of something, and hopefully you'll empower and we'll empower action into this world, because we're there.
Well, it's up to everybody to make a decision for themselves. Like I say, yeah, showing contempt prior to investigation and not doing your homework is going to keep you in a state of ignorance. And if you're in a state of ignorance, then how are you going to fix something if you don't know what to do to fix it? So, and Elizabeth, for the most part, with the planet, most people they wait till the bear's on the damn doorstep before they start looking for something as a solution. And when they're in that crisis mode in their mind, they can't think straight, so they don't know what to do. They usually get railroaded into a fast track on some sort of cancer protocol that's going to kill a vessel over time.
Right. So what we just saw was made. Can you talk to the people that are just learning about this, and what is the benefits for the health, and how do you take it? You eat it, or
yeah, it's oral. I'm pretty sure he covered it on the video. It's a pea-sized dose. I'm sure he said that somewhere on that video. All I gotta do is listen to the video, and it tells the dosage and how much, and 2.5 grams versus daily. You can do up to 2.5 grams a day. You can probably do more if you want. It's up to you. But if you do 2.5 grams a day, that's about 2.5 pea-sized doses in one day. You can do it at night. It allows the body to go into a nice, relaxed state to repair itself, get rest, restructure the left-right brain, and get that third eye starting to come back online, get the endocannabinoids working. So, yeah, it's an effective modality. It's been around for thousands of years, but they're not talking about it at Big Pharma, are they?
You know, that helps to go into the delta brain wave, and our body is self-healing, so that helps with self-healing and all.
Yep.
What gave you the motivation to start to try that? What did you have any health issues, and have you noticed anything different in your body or in your living life every day?
Yeah, I know my brain's working a hell of a lot better. It's more efficient. Energy levels are up. It's easy. It's easy on the body. Like I say, I'm getting the rest that I'm supposed to be getting now, because I'm actually allowing my left-right brain to come online. That's what the endocannabinoids do when they get restructured in the body. It creates a state of homeostasis, which is a state of alkalinity in the body, which is really effective for the body to heal itself. Because if you're in the acidic state, that's most people, matter of fact, all people that have cancer are in some sort of acidic state of body.
Right.
So
and you talk about left brain, right brain, and how it helps for the right and left brain to come together in wholeness, WHOLENESS. And, you know, through this programming and stuff, they've had our brain kind of separated, either your right brain or left brain. But together with the right and left brain, what do you say about that, Peter?
Yeah, they don't want us to come back into our power, because when you start thinking for yourself, that makes a little nervous. But it doesn't matter. You know what? We're not at war. We're not going to fight. I'm just going to keep bringing this truth forward, and eventually it's going to become self-evident to the masses over time. It's just everything takes a little tincture of time.
Right, and I bet Peter would like, you know, as you're teaching this and people are trying it and making it, that would be great that if they would send you their testimonies or what's happened to them, you know, as they're taking it. So then that can be part of your action, bring in those testimonies to the people, you know, of what's going on with the use of it, with the action use of it, right?
Right. Yeah, well, I know everybody that who's doing it, utilizing it, has nothing but positives for it. My Dr. Shelley and some others, and saying, yep, very, very effective, very potent. You know, we did see, because it's foreign to most people. That's why you haven't heard nothing about it, you know. But a lot of people throw stones at it and say the oil's the only way. No, it's not.
No, it's not. Yeah.
No, it's not. But if you want to spend
what else do you want to bring out regarding this paste that you started to make and teach to them?
There's more alternatives all over the place. If they don't want to do cannabis, they can do Nigella sativa. They can do liposomal vitamin C. Those links are posted over at my International Cannabis Patients wall that anybody can pull up. And yeah, that link's pretty easy to find. And yeah, people with 4-stage cancers coming back from, you know, you got some people just juicing and bringing the body back online from just juicing the cannabis plant.
Right.
But I'd rather make the paste. It's easy. It's dose specific. It's effective, and it tastes really good. Like I say, and it works extremely effective.
It's good if it tastes really good. There's a couple tools I've been trying lately. One is a vitamin spray. It's D vitamin, B vitamin, a cell energy, superfood, and another one, Slim, I think. But you spray it under your tongue and in your mouth, and it's 98% absorbable in the body rather than going to the gut with a pill. Who wants to take all those pills, right?
Well, yeah, most of those pills are synthetic. I guess GNC's just got busted because all they're selling is shit over there. They put fillers, chemicals, soy, all this other crap. I don't take nothing from GNC.
Right? True.
No.
We have to go do the action, research it ourselves, stumble onto a video like yours, and just try it. Organic. Yes. Yeah.
Well, no, like I say, you got the Herbal Living Pharmacy. They got plenty of links over there and informations on how to get the body alkaline. They have videos. So just pull that up in YouTube. Herbal Living Pharmacy. PHARMACY. It's an incredible site. There's another brother over there in Colorado who's doing some great work bringing solutions for the body to the masses.
Yes, and another big tool is water. Have you heard a lot about water and some different tools and techniques of water? Because we're made of what, 80-some% of water, our bodies?
Yeah, we're sort of sea bags. Yeah, I'm using the living water with that. I got that machine, the Miracure processor. I've been drinking that for the last, since I've been here, the last 2 months.
And what have you noticed when you first started taking it? What did you notice your changes for you?
Body purges, it cleans out, you urinate a little bit more because it's actually the body's actually getting real water, not hungry water. It's not dead water. It's actually got a new vibration to it. Very effective.
Yeah, I noticed that with me, with taking this water that I'm taking, urinating more. So I knew that was a part of that. So I'm glad you brought that up. What else you want to talk about?
What's that?
I said, what else you want to talk about?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting out. Anyways, what's going on over at Diamonds? What are you guys covering over there? I haven't been over there since summertime.
Well, we got a couple of themes going on, you know, teaching the tools, health tools, our whole body tools, WHOLE, you know, spirit, mind, physical, emotional, mental, that's 5. Well, also, my passion is building a closer relationship with us and the star people, our brothers and sisters out there. My God, if you look at the universe and the stars and the planets, how can there be so many planets? For those who don't believe, maybe just listening now, open up your heart, just keep listening, and then ask yourself, ask God, is that really true? But so many planets, the universe is so big, there's more life than we know of. And I come to find that out through my journey.
Yeah, NASA sort of holds close to the vest on all that stuff. You know, like I said, we've had control freaks who have been in charge of the media propaganda machine, telling you what they think you need to know and what you don't need to know. And so it's controlled information. That's why everybody needs to shut off them damn idiot boxes and come over to this side of the fence and take a look what's going on, the alternatives where the truth is being brought forward at the speed of light.
Absolutely, the alternative media. And now we got TV, we got Blog Talk, Google Hangouts, so it's all radio, it's all everywhere. And other things we talk about is the energies, and the energies like in the mid-March, coming mid-March, is the first wave of going into the very first part of 5th dimension. You know, those who have the heart open. And we're in the energies of knowing or not understanding. We don't have to understand, just go with the flow. Ride the wave, you know, go with your heart, your first instincts, you know, so, and into the action part. The action is part of that. We should see this year lots of things crumbling, and at the same time, lots of new things coming up, like what you teach and what your heart's wanted for a long time.
Yeah, well, you got brother Mike over at Natural News bringing forward some new technology on the alternative growing for yourself, dense nutrition, better than what you can buy from the organic store with more. Anyway, so he's coming up with a new technology coming forward very, very soon, probably in the next few weeks. And that's going to be really nifty for those. Because, yeah, it's going to come down and we're going to have to start being self-sufficient because the shit they're selling at the grocery store is garbage, sweetie. You know, if you buy from Walmart, all those canned goods are endocrine disrupting poisons for the body. Eating top ramen noodles, eating top ramen noodles, or you're eating plastic.
Plastic, that and cheese. The cheese food is plastic.
Now,
there's a lot.
Box buy from the big box store is not real food. We don't use microwaves and stuff like that. Everybody using the microwave, they're actually killing every little bit of dense nutrition they might have, and actually creating a toxic setup for their body because it's actually dead food you're putting in your body. It has absolutely no living, vital sustenance whatsoever. It's ironic that in Russia, they banned microwaves back in 1976. Were you aware of that?
No. Wow. Interesting. That shows us how far they're awake ahead of us. Awake. Yes.
Yeah, I covered that. They give each one of them an acre of land to grow non-GMO food. I bet you didn't know that neither.
Well, so I challenge, and I'm sure Peter challenges everybody that's listening to this and who will listen to it later to grow a garden this year. You know, grow a garden. If you're living in an apartment, grow some tomatoes. Start somewhere. Take the action. Take the action of the food. Yeah,
well, if you read his website, it's called food.org, I think. They can go over there. And yeah, you don't need a backyard even. You don't even need dirt. That's what I'm talking about, new technology. So when that comes forward, I'll probably get a hold of Brother Mike. I guess I need to get him on the show too.
Who, Brother Mike, you said?
Yeah, Mike from natural news. So you can
Cool.
bring this forward too. Well, that'd be a good idea, I think, and from where I'm sitting.
Right. Talk about news. I do have a blog spot too. That's Diamonds with an S Forever, 31.blogspot.com, where the Diamonds posts, you know, the world news changes, things that are being disclosed, learning about who you really are. You can read it in videos, and I have a call every Saturday too. So it's all on the blog spot, just to keep everybody up. If you guys are ready for action, come on, let's band together and think of some action ways we can do it individually and group together. That's another thing, Peter, going on. People are banding together. Groups that have been separated and didn't even want to pay attention to each other, but yet they're similar. You know, people are disagreeing to agree because the root of all of this is co-creating our new world. You know, and we can't co-create a new world when we're separate, even though they're two good groups. We'll just say they're out of the bad group corporate. They're two good groups, and if they disagree to agree, we can get a lot done. So in the action in that too. What would you say about that?
Yeah, it's happening over on my side of the fence too. You know, I've got the right folks aligning to bring forward, like I said, the information on how to get off the plantation. You know, which is a sort of a pressing issue. If you don't like what the king's doing at the buffet table, i.e. The body politic, the corporate head, you got to do a push away. If you don't like it, you can't be in the public. You got to be in the private. If you're in the public, slaves have to abide by those rules because they consented via contract. This is why we talk about going back home again and pulling the punch card, because that title is outstanding right now until you bring it back home through authentication, through the authentication process, which actually fixes that.
We'll talk about being in public and being in private. I seem to find myself, because I still work a full-time job in the public, and then I do this and what you do and what I do in the private. So we have a foot in the public, the foot in the private, you know. So we're growing, we're helping open hearts in the private, and in the public, what I want to say and what I teach is, in the public, love conquers all. So even if you could just approach a person, even if you don't feel good about them, you know, just know that they're a human being just like you, and we're all separate, unique snowflakes, but we're all human beings, and treat them with love and respect, because love truly conquers all. We're energy, you know that, Peter. We're made of energy, quantum physics. Yeah. And if you get that tuning fork of love to tune a fork of don't even know what, you know, they're not awake, that love will tune that not awake person. So we can kind of do both. Yeah. What do you say about that?
Did you see my sister? Did you see my golden golden goddess crystal video up? And I did with Sister Crystal about 2 weeks ago. She brought that love vibration up.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
You probably share that video. I talk about the love vibration as well. I mean, if you're not in the love, then you're either in fear or you're in love. Which one is it? Most people are in fear.
And we just have to work at that little by little. It's just a choice. It's just a choice. You decide how to think about it, right? Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually.
Yeah. Anyways,
so what is your next journey? What is your next journey? What are you envisioning your next journey to be? Your next step in cannabis or in whatever else?
Yeah, I'm going to be concentrating on this big bridge for the next few months. But I'll repost making the paste and whatever, you know, probably every couple weeks, because people need it in their face because they forget, you know?
Yeah. So much going on.
You got to post, I got to post out of redundancy, even though I've already done it once. You got to keep, because it's new blood coming in, new people, you know, as you go. It's part of the shift, I guess. I post far and wide all the time. So that's why I have four Facebook pages, and I usually post the links on there. like the tribes meeting. Anyways, if everybody's still stuck on the public side, they're going to want to go see the tribes meetings that Jonah and Curtis call, because there's a way out. But you got to wake the fuck up, because if you don't, you're still sitting in the wrong seat. Your status has been compromised and you didn't know it. If you don't like the dictates, force shots and all this other stuff, you got to get the hell off the plantation. Because if you don't, they can dictate to you. If you're part of the body politic, you're considered a double-minded man or woman, and you have merely benefits and privileges until you bring your estate back in line. That certificate that's sitting out there that mama gave over was considered abandoned property at birth. Well, do something about it. If you don't like the dictates, then all you got to do is bring it home and perfect your interest as one of the owners in that estate. And that's why we do the authentication, because that copy now becomes considered an original of the birth certificate, and then you put it on the public record. So everybody's hop their asses into class on Thursday nights, because this is what I talk about at Privatis.Me, if they're wanting to make a segue off the plantation. If not, they can stand behind, become speed bumps in life, let the bear come in on the doorstep, and then they can make a decision. And that's what most people do. They wait till the pain becomes so great before they get the poop out of their brain, but then they're in crisis mode and they can't think anyways. Do you see what happens? Do you see it's a vicious cycle, that conflicted mind? Because people think by doing nothing that the bear's never going to meet them on their doorstep. Well, I promise you, the bear is coming to your doorstep soon, or at some time in the future. But you can segue and relieve that issue if you put your issue to bed, which is starting with the birth certificate authentication process.
Yeah, the action again. We're back to the action, right, Peter?
Action.
Yes.
The Caesar thinks you're happy at his buffet table because you haven't gone home yet. Age of accountability. That's what they call it. Age of majority. Anyways, 2-hour call I did on Tuesday is a must listen to for everybody who hasn't heard it. And it will give you clarity. It's one incredible show. 2 hours. A lot of information, but it's simple information. And then they just got to get focused and start their path. You know, they got to get in class. You know what? I didn't learn this shit from osmosis, you know?
Well, I want to go back to the age. This is the age of the masses. You know, if 1 or 2 people stand up, yeah, that's okay. But the biggest impact, and we're in this action time, is if masses stand up. I'm just talking in all aspects of everywhere, of standing up for what they know now and have the knowledge of that's not good for them, and that they want the good. We have to band together and stand up in groups and individuals. Stand up in many ways, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. There's many, many, many ways to stand up.
Yeah.
And one is yours. And
yep.
And you're a teacher, Peter. So thank you for that.
Yep. Yeah, I don't want to go to war with anybody. You know, there's a solution that they've given us. There's a way out. There's a way back home. It wasn't their job to tell us. See, so those that have eyes to see and ears to hear and follow along with what we're talking about, if they're ready to go home, we'll show them the way home. It's
absolutely
free will act indeed.
When you're first learning.
Huh?
Absolutely. And when you're first learning too, you know, I like what you do. You post it on different venues. You got video, audio, teaching, because we can learn the fastest when we use our 5 senses, by watching, by listening, by taking notes, you know, seeing with our eyes and our hands and our ears. And we can learn faster, and that's a good thing. So I just encourage the people that are just coming on and they're hearing stuff they never heard before, and they feel inside like, oh my God, what the hell are they talking about? Well, that's the programming talking to you inside. Pay attention to that. If you feel that, then you know you need to stay with it for a while and keep learning, keep your heart open, keep learning from Peter and all others, because I guarantee you, right, Peter, this was our path when we were going through it. I guarantee you it will become clear to you, and you'll awaken in many, many ways. And go down many trails.
Huh?
And awaken in many ways, and you think you're done, and you'll go down many more bunny trails.
Oh yes. Well, I know I've been finding all the rabbit trails. Anyways, it's all. But you have to look. You have to look before you leap, though. You know, this is how you figure stuff out. What works and what doesn't. You know, I bumped my head multiple times, doing different stuff and things, and learning as I go. You know, had I not gone down those rabbit holes, I would have never found where I'm at right now. You know, it's taken me a little bit to get here, but the rest don't have to go through 30 years of shit to get off the plantation.
Correct. I just thought of something. So jump in all them rabbit holes and do the action, right?
Yeah.
Do the action. You know, this is the time you don't have to understand it, like we said, understanding, but just go with your heart. Your first heart's in.
But they do need to understand how they got here and how they got binded up. And if they go to Privatis.Me and watch the 3 free tours, it will give them an eye-opening experience unparalleled to none. It'll show them links, informations with proofs, you know, for mind, body, and spirit, how we got here and how and then direction of flow for solutions.
Yes, you're correct, Peter. We do have to learn about our enemy, you know, and we've got to learn about both.
Enemy. See, sweetie, you're putting it in the wrong context. I don't have any enemies. I'm unencumbered. I'm the man. I'm going in peace. I don't look at those people as my enemy. They're just holding up their end of the bargain because everybody else is considered children and belligerents because they don't know who the hell they are. They came in and accepted benefits and privileges. 5 generations have done this. So guess what? We got to deprogram some shit, don't we?
Absolutely. And I used enemy because most people understand the enemy and then the other side, you know.
Yeah, you know who the enemy really is? No. You know who the real enemy is, Elizabeth?
Our own selves.
There you go. I was just waiting for the right answer. That is correct. There's a war on for your mind, and the biggest war is usually right between the ears of the masses because they all want to be right. They want to go fight somebody. I just want to go home. I just want to go to peace. I want to share the love. I want to bring solutions forward to the planet. But if you want to argue with me, bye. I don't have time for arguments. I don't have time to give over my energy to any energy vampires, bloodsuckers, or people who are maybe just trolls or whatever. I don't give them any. I don't give them any of my energy. If it doesn't resonate with you, then you got some more pain to suffer. You got some more work to do, and you're gonna figure it out. Maybe you won't, but you're gonna go through some more portals of pain when you don't really have to. If you choose to wake the hell up and make a decision to get yourself back online and come back home to the private. It's all about public versus private. It's so damn simple. This is why people are having difficulty. It's so simple. Most people are thinking it's complex, but it's actually very simple. And we're having we don't do theory. Yeah, we've got folks who have already administrated parts of this process. When they go through the airport, they don't go through the nut grab line. They don't go through radiation therapy, through the nuclear frigging crap. Anyways, I guess we got somebody calling you. Huh?
No, I just turned my phone down. Sorry about that. Yeah, good work. Good advice, Peter. That was great. Yes, that's true. It's pretty simple.
Until they make a choice, they're sitting. If they don't come in and learn how they got here and how to get out, they're never going home. It's that simple. But a lot of people, I find, Elizabeth, there's a lot of people who just don't want to be responsible. They're looking for a daddy. And they programmed everybody pretty well to just, who's your daddy? Well, that's the system is your daddy because you didn't come back home alive again. You didn't know that you were supposed to make a claim. See this? So this is what the planet needs to hear. And this applies to every IMF-run country, like on this process on authenticating and bringing the birth bond. You got to bring that title back home. That title is outstanding until you bring it home. It's that simple. So
it's simple.
Matter of fact, yeah, my friend Sheila, she just went and got her stuff authenticated here in California. A little bit different here. So, now people are picking up to move themselves forward to fix this issue that they're in. Because that's what they call that birth certificate bond. it's the original issue.
Right. They treat us like cattle.
Yeah, well, yeah, and all, it's funny because Sheila said when she was down there doing the birth certificate authentication, you had a lot of people bringing their marriage certificates in so the state can oversee their game.
Yes.
Marriage contract is state you have a third-party intervener in the middle of your game. That's why they can drag you into the courts, because you gave jurisdiction through the contract.
So answer me a question of this. Okay, I let my driver's license expire, and I was just going to keep it expired, right? Well, I ran into
you get pulled over, they still own your ass. You haven't done anything proactive to pull your status out of their realm. So you're still sitting in you're still sitting in the wrong seat. Your status, you don't have the right hat on right now.
No, let me finish. So I went to the bank and they checked my ID, so they wouldn't let me change my banking accounts because I didn't have a up-to-date driver's license. So I was about forced to get a driver's license so I could bank at a banking right now, because we're in between worlds. We're ones that's crumbling and ones that's building up. So what you teach for about the driver's license is to do some other kind of paperwork within the system to completely get null and void, and they can't even bother you then? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's called the structurally correct, procedurally correct DS11.
Okay, explain it a little bit for the people that don't know about it. You could explain a little. They'll be curious to go watch the rest of your stuff.
No, they just need to come to class on Thursday. I really don't want to explain in public because this is not really where it's supposed to be done. But
Okay.
DS11, if they go watch the tribes meetings, they can pull it up on the YouTube. Just go pull up tribes meeting with Brother Eddie, day 2, part 3, and go watch that 1-hour video, and he talks about all that there.
Okay, so you're saying there's a lot of details in the teachings to understand it. So that's good.
Yeah,
that's good that you explain that. For that,
so we got videos that people need to go watch. They actually got to go watch the damn videos. Sort of like the 19-minute video on making the paste.
The 19-minute, that video is good. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I like people are going to creative mode, and like I say, all this stuff can be taught in short order. I even did a class on making the paste over here about a month ago.
Over your home?
In California.
Awesome.
So.
And how did it go in Colorado? Well, let's just go back to the THC oil, because you taught that, and there's people probably making that too. You went to Colorado, did some classes.
I didn't get a chance to make the oil over there. Well, I made the oil here. Anyways, Colorado, like I say, after I found out about the paste, I'm not teaching about the oil. But people can go still do the oil. If they want to throw away a $3,000 pound of weed, they can. I'd rather use it for medicine, the whole pound. There's an overview in the links. If you go over that web page and look at his web page, he breaks down, why everybody's wasting all this medicine. And
you were invited to that. Was it a festival regarding cannabis? And did you go to that festival, or how did that turn out?
Yeah, I never got back with that gentleman who runs the Cannabis Cup, or whatever the hell they call it, MO Cup. Yeah, I still got to get a hold of him.
Okay, so you're working on that. Yeah, there's a lot of festivals going on, and I see being built up around at least the United States. Music festivals, art festivals, festivals of organic health tools, for us into this golden age. And you're part of that. Wow. We're all part of that. We're all diamonds. Like I like to say on the Diamond Show, we're all diamonds. We have many facets of our one diamond, and put our facets together. We shine bright.
Yep. Anyways, I don't know. I'm pretty much we can segue out anytime we want. I get up to 2 hours, but I'm cool. If is there anything else you wanted to share, Elizabeth? As far as I'm concerned, where can people find? Go ahead and give your diamonds link again.
Oh, okay. So it's called diamondsforever31.blogspot.com. and that's a blog spot. And we also have a diamond show every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern via conference call. And the phone number is at the top of the blog. You can call by the phone or Skype, and
Okay.
we're working on video and upload it to YouTube, Elizabeth Diamond YouTube channel. So you can go listen to some shows there.
Anyways, Biggie said he has another video to run. Which which video is this one? Or is this just the tune at the end? Okay, it's all right. Anyways, I don't know. On that note, I think we've covered our ground, brother. I think we could package this one.
Can I prelude the song? What the song's about that we'll hear going
the
out?
song? Sure.
Sure. So this.
Okay, hold on. Okay, I guess I'm waiting for a video from. I'm not sure which video he's talking about. I'm confused.
It's just a 3-minute song that I wrote. I wrote impromptu. The energies are kind of like that in the last week or so, and came out of my heart. It's regarding diamonds, so it has lots of wisdom in there. So,
I think I don't know if we're having difficulty finding it. It's not a major ordeal. I
can send it. You want me to send it?
No, I have it.
I'll just email it to you again, Peter.
You don't have to. I'm going to find it right now. I got it. Hold on. All right, I found it.
Okay.
It's right here. I'm going to show it to Biggie and see if he can run it as a segue out to the show. Let me find him. I just got too many damn windows open. All right. Okay, 1 second. All right. Anyways, there's a segue out. Biggie, it's 2 minutes and 36 seconds. I don't know if you can play that as I'll go for the segue. No.
Yeah, so that should be okay.
Hold on.
So enjoy being on your show, Peter. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Keep shining like the diamond you are.
Yep. Well, we're going to be shining bright. Thank you for showing up. And hopefully informative. Share this far and wide, folks. Share how to make the paste with everybody. It's a beautiful thing.
Sing you a song I wrote in
alternatives,
January
and yes, it does really work. Anyways,
Diamonds Shine. Diamonds
I guess I'm going to close.
Maximum efficiency, minimum effort. We are all one, the law of one. Love conquers all. Kooksaw, mixaw, kooksaw, mixaw. Diamonds sing, maximum efficiency, minimum effort. We are all one, the law of one. Love conquers all. Kooksaw, mixaw, kooksaw, mixaw. Diamonds dance, maximum efficiency, minimum effort. We are all one, the law of one. Love conquers all. Kooksaw, mixaw, kooksaw, mixaw. Diamonds be maximum efficiency, minimum effort. We are all one, the law of one. Love conquers all. Kooksaw, mixaw, kooksaw, mixaw. Diamonds be, diamonds dance, diamonds sing, diamonds shine to maximum efficiency, minimum effort. Diamonds be